So, as our video title suggests, we'll be talking about what to expect your first time having sex as a male. Hey guys, welcome back to Nicky at Your Cervix. It's your girl Nikki here, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button, turn my post notification bell on so you can get an update every time I have a new release. And follow me on Instagram at Nikki_at_your_cervix for lots more interesting content. So, the first time you have sex can be quite nerve-wracking, especially for men, as they are required to perform. But guys, here's exactly what you need to know when you're prepping for your first time you're going to have sex. An important thing you need to keep in mind is that you should always carry protection whenever you're on a date, even if you don't think sex is on the table. Still carry your protection because it may be on the table at the end of the night. And many times people don't carry condoms, and in the heat of the moment they end up having unprotected sex, which can lead to unwanted pregnancies or STDs. So here are some tips for you. So what you should remember is that you should enjoy the moment. A lot of times sex becomes sort of an ego game where men are worried about whether they're doing it right. Forget everything you've seen in the movies and in adult entertainment because most of those things aren't real. Just enjoy being with the person that you're with. It's a moment you're going to cherish forever with your partner. So an important point is that you should give foreplay the time it deserves. So one complaint that many women have is that men don't spend enough time on foreplay. So what you need to realize is that there's far more to sex than just penetration. So outer course, penetration is called intercourse, but there's something called outer course, which is an umbrella term that refers to all forms of sexual act except penetration. So it can include kissing, foreplay, oral sex, mutual masturbation, necking, dry humping, rubbing, massages, mammary intercourse. When I say mammary intercourse, I'm talking about the breast there and much more. So there's a lot of things you can do for foreplay. A lot of women have trouble reaching orgasm through vaginal penetration itself, and so giving them an orgasm through other means like fingering or oral sex and the other outer course method could be the way to go as well. So don't sleep on your foreplay. Another important thing to note as your first time having sex as a male is that it may hurt. So sometimes sex may hurt a bit for the first time. The tip of your penis could be sensitive. Mostly it's due to the lack of lubrication. So keep that in mind and it may come in handy for you. So if it's your first time having sex and you're going to put your penis in this area and it may not be well lubricated or moist or quote unquote wet enough, you can bring your own lubrication to help you with that process. Another key thing to note is that you don't buy into the myths that are going around. So there's a lot of myths. So if your partner, you're having sex with your first time sex with your female partner, and your female partner tells you, oh, that they're a virgin, the most common thing people would think that, oh, okay, she's a virgin, I expect her to bleed the first time we're having sex. That is not true. The hymenal breaking has nothing to do with whether the female is a virgin or not, because hymenal tissues can break from activities like riding a horse, climbing trees, and other vigorous exercise. So there's a lot of myths going on out there. Don't buy into those myths. Just know that this moment is for you and your partner. Another important thing to note is to communicate and ask your partner what they want as well as telling them what you want as well. So one of the most common problems new couples have in the bedroom is that they don't discuss sex or talk about it at all. So you should do better and talk to your partner about any inhibitions or fears that you may have in your first time having intercourse. And you can ask them what pleases them, ask them what they expect out of sex, and just be frank with them about your own expectation and explain that it might not be as good the very first time, but you're going to try your best, right? So you're going to tell them, you can be honest and say, this is my first time doing this. I'm not very experienced, but I'm going to try my best to please you, so you can just tell me what you want and I do this and we go on from there. So you guys go on and build from there, and you explore each other's body and get comfortable with each other, and that's a very good way to reach peak climax. Another important issue to note as your first time having sex as a man is to expect issues like premature ejaculation as well as erection issues. So sometimes the pressure of having sex for the very first time might get you, and you could suffer from erection issues or premature ejaculation. So premature ejaculation is fairly common because of the way sex feels for the first time. So if you do come too quickly, don't worry about it. Premature ejaculation should go away in time once your body gets used to the rigors of having intercourse. Another issue you could experience is weak or no erection at all, and this is what we call erectile dysfunction. And this is another issue, not because of the psychological pressure of being your first time, and you shouldn't worry too much about it because the problem will resolve on its own. So, however, if it does not and it continues all the time you try to have sex again, you can just visit your doctor and they can discuss possible treatments and so on for the dysfunction that you're having. As I said before, communication is key, and you should just check that out. As I've always said, when in doubt, check it out. Another thing that I want to tell you today is that it will get better. So the most important thing you need to keep in mind is that no one is good the first time they do something. So sex, like everything else, takes practice and you will get better with experience. So don't worry about it the first time you're going to do it. Don't worry too much and just enjoy the moment and take this moment to just cherish it with your partner, and you guys can just discuss what you both like and you guys can move on from there. And as I said before, sex is beautiful, and your first time as a male having sex should not be an embarrassing moment for you. It is something you're experiencing for the first time, just like any other activities. And don't let anyone force you or coerce you into doing it if you are not ready. Don't let the pressures of society, the pressures of your friends, don't let the pressures of anything force you or coerce you into doing it. It all depends on what you want in that specific time, because what? You matters, right? And I'm very proud of you. So whether you decide to have sex for the first time or you decide to wait because of your religious background, your upbringing, your family background, whichever the case may be, remember, I am proud of you, and whenever you're ready is the perfect time to do it. So if you're ready tomorrow, that's the perfect time. If you're ready 10 years from now, that's the perfect time once you're at the appropriate age and can make the appropriate decision. So that's it for this video. Drop in the comment section below what your first time was like and what tips do you have for others who are undergoing their first time having sex as a male. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nicky At Your Cervix for lots more interesting content. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.